I brought my diary. I asked myself, how is it proper to begin a diary? I thought, let's say, from the beginning, but everyone would start their diary at the beginning. That's too ordinary. Then should I begin my diary from the end? For that is the second thought that comes to mind. The third thought is perhaps to start from the middle. Yet I believe a diary should begin neither at the beginning nor at the end, not even in the middle. But it's worth starting in eternity. When you are concerned neither with the past, nor the future, nor even with the present, but with the infinite moment. I think this is the most exciting starting point for a diary. Time. Although eternity lies before us, we cannot grasp it. If no one asks me, I know very well what time is. But if I must explain it, words and thoughts fall silent. This was said by Saint Augustine, and 2,000 years have passed. Yet we have not understood the nature of time any better. One way or another, I believe time is a dimension. I would say that time provides space for our lives. Thus, these two aspects of space and time are intertwined. But time exists in two ways. For those who live in bodily consciousness, time is looming fate. For those who live within the eternity of spiritual being, or at least live in hope of it, in knowledge of it, time opens a path without limits. I am time, the destroyer of worlds, says Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. But I also exist as inexhaustible time. The true mystery is when we feel eternity within a single moment. When here is fullness, and when here and now becomes fullness and eternity. This is a sacred moment. Perhaps we must wait longer to be ready for it. Yet understanding happens in an instant. We may understand it as a sudden illumination or realization, not necessarily through the intellect. Intellect and reason also have their role. They are valid until we reach our limits. Beyond them, we can search only with another instrument. A teacher in the rain. What a beautiful thought. I imagine a true great guru, a mighty renounced saint, sitting in the monastery garden, beneath the pouring rain. What would a student do in such a situation? Still trying to protect himself from the rain. But the master exposes himself to this ordeal, unflinchingly, of course. The wind blows, the rain pours, or the sun scorches. It makes no difference to him. He has designated the center of the world. He is at this focal point. Nothing bothers him. The shirt on his back is already soaked through, clinging to his skin as he breathes. From time to time it peels away, then clings again, and the disciple prepares himself, striving to gather all his strength. He seeks to overcome himself, to conquer his resistance, for he knows what ought to be done. The faithful disciple follows his teacher, and in a sacred moment he suddenly is ready to abandon the arch of leaves, to leave the shelter of imagined safety. He grows quiet near his teacher and waits for the rain to soak him too, waits for his soaked shirt to cling to his skin. Yet there is a small difference between the wetness of the teacher and that of the disciple. For the teacher is already indifferent, while the disciple still rejoices. I am strong, I succeeded. He is still occupied with himself, yet he already follows that powerful and decisive example before him. Of course, he slips quietly behind the teacher's back. And thank God no one hears his steps over the murmur of the rain. He does not even stand beside him, but slightly behind, so as not to disturb his deep meditation. This is a long inherited chain. If the teacher can do it, the faithful disciple will succeed. And of course, what does the teacher teach? What does such a moment teach? Should one get soaked to the bone in the name of spiritual growth? No, the essence lies elsewhere. It lies in steadfastness. I must acquire the same determination that the teachers possess, that the eternal teacher possesses. Then perhaps his determination will visit the eternal disciple too.